Dive into the heart-pounding chaos. Witness a rampaging mechanical beast unleash fury in Crimson Desert's latest quest video. Picture this. You're not just playing a game, you're stepping into a world where colossal machines clash with ancient swords, and one wrong move could mean the end of your epic tale. That's the exhilarating core of Crimson Desert. And if you're hooked on action-packed adventures, you won't want to miss what's unfolding in this month's IGN First coverage. But here's where it gets controversial. What is the very power meant to save the world is the force tearing it apart? Stick around, because we're about to unpack a boss battle that might just redefine how you view destiny in open-world gaming. Building on our previous deep dives into Crimson Desert's combat system, this latest video shifts gears to spotlight a pivotal main story quest. As an open-world action game, Crimson Desert thrives on intense fights that test your skills, much like those we've already explored in detail. Think of it as blending the freedom of exploration with heart-pounding swordplay, where every swing feels impactful and strategic. Yet, while the video above delivers more of that adrenaline-fueled sword fighting, we're also peeling back the layers of the narrative to explain the origins of some of the game's wilder, more bizarre elements. For newcomers, imagine a setting where futuristic inventions collide with medieval vibes. It's like mixing steam-powered gadgets into a fantasy realm, creating a steampunk aesthetic that's both visually stunning and thematically rich. Let's break down the basics for anyone just tuning in. You step into the boots of Kliff, the head of the Greymanes, a band of skilled mercenaries who operate as a free sword company. But Kliff isn't leading charges right now. Instead, the game's opening prologue thrusts him into chaos when the Greymanes are ambushed by their bitter enemies, the Black Bears. This brutal assault scatters the group and leaves them battered. If you haven't seen that intense prologue in action yet, it's a must-watch to grasp the emotional stakes and the raw violence that sets the stage for Kliff's personal journey. Left to fend for himself, Kliff embarks on a solo quest to track down his missing comrades, rally the Greymanes anew, and deliver payback to those who dismantled his world. This adventure spans the expansive continent of Pywel, a land divided into diverse regions, including the infamous Crimson Desert that lends the game its name. As Kliff traverses these territories, he uncovers tales of potent artifacts, objects imbued with extraordinary abilities that could tip the balance of power. For beginners, think of these as magical relics with real-world parallels to ancient myths or sci-fi tech. They grant immense strength, but in the hands of the wrong people, they become tools for chaos and devastation rather than heroes' aids. Kliff, driven by a sense of justice, dives headfirst into this mystery, only to discover it's a gateway to a larger fate, pulling him into conflicts that echo timeless questions about power and responsibility. And this is the part most people miss: how these artifacts aren't just plot devices. They symbolize the game's deeper themes, like the temptation of forbidden knowledge. But what if harnessing such power is inevitable in a world on the brink? It's a debate that could split gamers. Is Kliff a hero for intervening, or is he meddling in forces better left untouched? The quest featured here, titled Master of the Forgotten Lands, pulls Kliff into the orbit of Marnie, a brilliant inventor whose genius borders on the extraordinary. If you're familiar with Pearl Abyss's prior hit, Black Desert Online, you might spot echoes in Marnie's character. Though she's not the same person, both are intellectual prodigies who bend reality through unconventional science, turning the impossible into tangible wonders. Marnie's hidden coastal stronghold on a cliffside serves as a prime example of Crimson Desert's steampunk fusion, filled with bizarre contraptions that highlight how advanced her tech is compared to Pywel's otherwise medieval society. To clarify for those new to steampunk, it's like envisioning Victorian-era engineering mixed with fantasy. Think clockwork robots and steam engines powering dragons, which adds a layer of wonder and contrast to the story. In this quest, Kliff's path winds along Pywel's majestic Great Ocean coastline, climbs the towering Mount Bennis, and infiltrates Marnie's Masterium, a fortress teeming with surprising adversaries. The climax? A showdown at the castle's peak against the gargantuan Golden Star, a mechanical dragon that's as awe-inspiring as it is terrifying. Will Kliff triumph and unravel the next threads of destiny? You'll need to check out our fresh gameplay footage to see it all play out in thrilling detail. Stay tuned to IGN this month for more Crimson Desert exclusives. Coming up later this week, we'll go backstage with Pearl Abyss to dissect how they crafted Golden Star, from the booming sound design to the seamless visuals and mechanics that make this boss encounter unforgettable. Matt Purslow is IGN's executive editor of features. In this article, what do you think? Does the allure of powerful artifacts justify the risks they pose in games like this? Or should heroes like Kliff steer clear to avoid sparking even greater conflicts? Share your thoughts in the comments. Are you Team Kliff, embracing destiny, or do you side with caution, fearing the fallout? And let's debate that steampunk twist. Is blending tech with medieval worlds innovative, or does it feel forced? We'd love to hear your take.